Hello students, we are reading fourth chapter of Snapshots of class 11, that is Albert Einstein at School, written by Patrick Pringle. In the first part, we have read about Einstein's disagreement on rote learning with his history teacher. And we have come to know that Albert find no point in learning dates and facts because education according to him was not learning facts but thinking and learning ideas. More than the dates and details of the battles, he was interested in finding out the causes of violence and bloodshed. That's why he just wanted to get away from the system of education followed in Munich. Now we will start from page 27, and here we are. He was just talking with his good friend Yuri, and when Yuri said that you shall be a good friend, a good student one day, then Albert expressed his doubt. He said gloomily, that means sadly, I doubt it. I don't think that I shall ever pass the exams for the school diploma. So he was doubtful, and that's why he expressed his views sadly, that he is doubtful that whether he would be able to pass the exams for the school diploma. That means he would be able to get that school diploma which his father wanted from him. He told his cousin Elsa. Now one more character has been introduced here, that is his cousin Elsa. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. So we just come to know that Elsa occasionally visits Albert Einstein in Munich. Normally, she lived in Berlin, where her father had a business. So we come to know that Elsa normally lived in Berlin and her father was having some kind of business there. So when she just visited him and she came to Munich, the Albert Einstein told the same thing to Elsa also. What was that? That he would not be able to pass the exams. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you tried, she said. So we see this thing that Elsa was so helpful or so supportive, and every now and then she was just trying to motivate him that she is sure that he would be able to learn enough to pass the exams if he tried. I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. So we can say Elsa just tried to convince Albert to learn just enough to pass the exams by learning and repeating facts, right? And that she had seen a lot of dull boys do it. That means she just tried to convince, she tried to motivate him that she knew lots of boys, many boys who are much more stupid, much more dull than he is, and who get through means pass the exams just by learning and repeating the facts. They say you don't have to know anything. That means that's not necessary to know everything. You don't have to understand what you are taught. Just be able to repeat it in the exam. So he was just expressed his views. She just expressed his views by saying that there is no need to know each and everything. There is no need to understand each and everything, whatever you are taught. Only you have to just learn the things and repeat it in the exam. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. But Albert again just exclaimed that learning the things by heart is not, you can say, his best task, right? That means that is the main problem, that is the whole trouble, that I am not good at learning things by heart. That was the main thing, that was the main problem, that he was not good at learning things by heart. That was the main problem, he was not able to learn the things. You don't need to be good at it, anyone can learn like a parrot, you just don't try, right? So again we can say Elsa just trying to learn like a parrot, you just don't try. So he just she wanted she just we can say presented her views that anyone can learn like a parrot, but for that one needs to try, which Albert doesn't. So she just tried to convince him that you have to only learn like a parrot, just like a parrot. When someone is just saying anything, that a parrot always tries to imitate that person, tries to repeat that person, the sentences spoken to him. So, but Albert didn't try it. And yet I always see you with the book under your arm, added Elsa. Now, Elsa just expresses irony by mentioning that he always has a book under his arm. That means he always just wants to read a book. What is the one you are reading? Then she just inquired about the book, that what was that book he was reading. A book on geology. So that was a book on geology, which is not taught in school. Geology, rocks and things, do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. So we come to know that he was very interested in learning in science, and he was very interested in knowing each and everything around the we can say in the environment. He was very interested in knowing rocks and other things. That's why he was interested in reading a book on geology. When he said that they have hardly any science at school, that means it is not a part of his curriculum, right? So then Elsa just exclaimed, then why you are studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that a good enough reason? Then Elsa doesn't understand why he is reading the book if it is not a part of his curriculum, his syllabus. Then Albert clarifies that he likes studying science and considers it a reason good enough to read it. Then Elsa understands this but also wants him. Elsa sighed. You are right, of course, Albert, she said, but it won't help you with your diploma. But also warns him that it is not going to help him in passing his diploma. Right? Next is, apart from books on science, his only comfort was music, and he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. So, apart, Albert was very fond of reading science books, and the only other thing that brought him joy and solace, or we can say peace, what was that? That was music. So we can say Einstein used to feel miserable both at his school as well as at where he stayed in Munich. The school atmosphere was oppressive and didn't give him any opportunity for creativity. And the slum violence was depressing where he stayed in Munich. So playing music, we can say, only provided Einstein some comfort in this unpleasant environment. That's why we can say he was interested, his only comfort other apart from books on science, his only comfort was music. And whenever he that means we can say he played his musical instrument, that was violin, regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. So he played the violin a lot, but only until his landlady told him to stop. Why? That wailing gets on my nerves, she said. And she used to say that wailing means crying with pain. So that means we can say she compared the sound of violin, of that musical instrument, with the crying with pain. So she just, we can say that sound irritated her, and she justified by saying that wailing gets on my nerves. She said that's there is enough noise in this house with all the kids howling. Howling means shouting, right? And crying. So she just justified by saying that the kids already make a lot of noise in this house, and moreover, this sound of violin just is like crying with pain, and it irritates me, it makes me angry. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them howl. So he wanted to point out this thing that most of the time it was only the landlady who made her children howl or shout or cry. But he decided it was better to say nothing. So we can say he doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. That's why he kept quiet. He didn't say anything. I must get away from here, he told Yuri. After 6 months alone in Munich. After being in Munich alone for 6 months, now Albert expressed, or we can say told Yuri, that he feels it's high time he moves away from here. That means he doesn't want to stay here. It is absurd, it is useless that I should go on like this. That means he sees no point in carrying on like this. That means he doesn't want to carry on his life in this way anymore. In the end, it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. Right? So if it is only going on like this, it is only going to result in wastage of his father's money, everyone's time and efforts. So that is the only wastage of time and money if he is just carrying on like this. It will be better for all if I stop now. So he just wants to stop. That means he just wants to move from that place. He doesn't want to stay in Munich. And then what will you do? Yuri asked. Then Yuri asked if he has any backup plans, or if he have any planning. What will he do? I don't know. If I go to Milan, I am afraid my father will send me back. So he was again doubtful, because going to Milan would not be such a great idea. Why? Because his father would send him back. Right? So we just come to know that his father was we can say a businessman, a struggling businessman, and that's why his father just wants him to complete his school diploma. And without completing his school diploma, he wouldn't allow him to stay in Milan. That's why he has to stay in Munich to complete his school diploma. So I don't know, if I go to Milan, I'm afraid my father will send him back, unless. So they were discussing all about it, that it would not be a great idea because his father would send him back. And they were discussing all about it when suddenly an idea occurred to him. His eyes gleamed, shone with a sudden idea. Yuri, do you know any friendly doctors? Right? Then he asked Yuri if he knew any doctors. Unfortunately, then Yuri said, I know a lot of medical students and some of them are friendly, said Yuri. Doctor, no. I have never had enough money to go to one. So Yuri Unfortunately, we can say Yuri could never afford to go to a doctor, but he did have a lot of friends from the medical ground. Why? Because Yuri was also one of the medical students. That's why he was familiar with so many medical students, and he was just saying all these things, telling all these things to Albert Einstein. But he again inquired, why? Why do you want to meet a doctor? Why do you want to visit a doctor? Suppose, said Albert, that I had a nervous breakdown. Suppose a doctor would say it's bad for me to go to school and I need to get right away from it. So now Albert Einstein revealed his plan. What was that idea? Which just we can say, due to which his eyes shone. He was very hopeful. That idea was that just included a nervous breakdown. Nervous breakdown means a disease, a mental disease caused due to too much stress, anxiety, or depression. So Albert idea included a nervous breakdown and a doctor that could advise him that school is bad for him and he needs to stay as far as he could from it. That's why that was the idea which just occurred in his mind. Now move to next. I can't imagine a doctor saying that, said Yuri. So Yuri was very doubtful that how a doctor would say all these things, how he would declare all these things. I must try, said Albert, to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. So Yuri didn't think the idea was a success because it was only likely for a doctor, it's not possible for a doctor to advise something like that. But Albert still wanted to give it a try and find a doctor that specializes in nerves. There are plenty of them, Yuri told him. He hesitated for a moment and then added rather reluctantly again hesitantly, that means unwillingly. So we can say Yuri offers to ask one of his friends about such a doctor. He knew this thing that he just admitted that he knew many of them, but he hesitated for a moment and then unwillingly he added that I shall ask some of the students if they know one, if you like, right? So he offers to ask one of his friends about such a doctor. Then Albert expressed his gratitude. Will you? Oh, thank you, Yuri. Albert's eyes were shining. So he was just so grateful to Yuri. And he was so, we can say, positive. He was hopeful and positive about finding a suitable doctor that will be willing to help him, right? So Yuri just told him not to have his hopes so high because that's not it's not going to be true. Just first let it be confirmed, right? Then wait a moment, I haven't found one yet, so don't be so hopeful. Just have patience and let it be confirmed first. Oh, but you will. But he was so hopeful, he was so positive about finding a suitable doctor that will be going to help him. And if I do, I don't know if he'll be willing to help you. So he was again doubtful. Yuri was doubtful that maybe he would be able to find any doctor just specialized in nerves, but that is not confirmed that he would help you, right? So he will, declared Albert. I am going to have a real nervous breakdown to make it easier for him. He laughed merrily. So he even, we can say, went to the extent of offering to showcase an actual breakdown to make it seem more real. He was full of hope and Yuri had never seen him feeling like that, right? So, I have never seen you looking less nervous, remarked Yuri. He had never seen him just feeling like that. That means he was just, he also remarked that he had never seen him like that. That means he was looking nervous. A day or two at school will soon put that right. And Albert told him not to worry about that, because a day or two at school would just restore him back to his troubled state. That means if he's just going to school in the same manner, that just make him nervous. Certainly, he had lost his high spirits when Yuri saw him next. So, Albert was right. And when Yuri saw him the next time, he actually seemed troubled. He actually seemed very nervous. His spirits were not high. I can't stand it any longer, he said. I really shall have a nervous breakdown that will satisfy any doctor. So by this time, Albert had given up, and he actually was expecting a nervous breakdown if he continued like this. Right? So up to here we will continue the next part in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.